I'm so sorry for my part. None of this is meant to be an excuse for hurting you. Because the truth is...
This is a confession! She literally is confessing in her personal notes. Okay, so apparently Amber Heard was writing love notes to Johnny Depp, and we can take a look at some of them right now. Basically, these were written after some of the abuse allegations happened. Not the allegations, but the actual abuse that she recounted. So she's like, okay, Johnny Depp abused me this time, and then she's writing love notes to him after that, which doesn't really make sense, and she seems very content in a lot of the pictures, so let's take a look if this stuff adds up.
You're in Australia in this picture, aren't you?
Yes, but that's much later once we returned.
You can see that Mr. Depp's right hand is bandaged, right?
Yes, that's correct. That was after it had recovered significantly. That's not what it looked like during the incident we were just talking about.
It seems like the ex-celebrity couple kept a love journal where they shared letters with each other, and from the cover of the book we can see a loving picture of Amber, who seems significantly fine compared to Johnny with a bandaged finger. Now compared to the tale from Amber about what transpired in Australia a few days before this picture was taken, and the way she seems happy hugging her then husband, it just doesn't match at all. This is the same man who punched you, kicked you, and even sexually assaulted you with a bottle you perceive to have been broken. And here you are.
Yeah, this is after the bottle incident. There's no shot any woman would hug a man who did that to her. Like, and if that was against your will, like, you would go to the police, not straight into his arms. That's no way.
Out while hugging him. How does that make any sense?
How does she, like, describe it so horrifically now? And then back then she was completely fine with it. It's like, it's kind of like, all right, okay, Johnny Depp left me. I'm gonna just rearrange every single neuron in my brain, and every event that I actually liked, I'm gonna turn it into something that I didn't like, all right?
Angry at him, scared of him, terrified even. Also, with all the injuries Amber claims to have sustained, she should not be able to move about because of the cuts she received under her feet while being dragged over broken glass.
Yeah, that was a bit ridiculous. Why would you claim that, dragged over broken glass? Yet I saw it, I didn't need, she literally said, I didn't need to seek any medical assistance. Dragged over broken glass? What's wrong with you? What are you, superhuman healer?
But here she is on a boat ride with a man she deems a monster, happily enjoying her trip. For Johnny's case, he had said that Amber severed his finger, and we can clearly see the bandage on his arm, proving his side of the story to be true.
Love isn't about just the madness of passion, or instead picking the safety of peace. No, it's about having both. Falling madly in love with your friend. That is what has surprised me perhaps the most. That I have seen in you the true bones of friendship and respect.
This was the first
that sounds more like Johnny Depp, alright? That sounds like something Amber Heard would say after knowing the real Johnny Depp. Also, this handwriting is giving me an aneurysm. Jesus Christ, I cannot read this, okay? Write normally, goddammit. I'm sorry, but Jesus Christ, like, no person who's a victim would write such like a genuine, heartfelt message in her personal journal and diary. Like, no way. To my one and only.
2 months after the Australian incident, all lovey-dovey and sweet, the note showed her passion with him, and although I have nothing against the note, I'm still surprised that she would write such a note to someone who frequently abused her. Someone who even beat her sister. Did she figuratively mean the devouring and ripping apart? Because at this point, I believe I can trust Amber to do crazy things. She herself confirms that it's a love note and that she herself wrote it. She also says that they had gone to a honeymoon phase after the August Australian incident.
Like you, I can get wicked when I am hurt, when I feel provoked, shattered. And last night I was. I felt abandoned about the Lily Rose thing, felt absolutely bewildered about your not coming home on my last night here, and was heartbroken and angry after many attempts in vain on my part to rectify the situation and make amends on the last night of what was otherwise a gorgeous trip with you. I am so sorry for my part. None of this is meant to be an excuse for hurting you. Because the truth is...
This is a confession! She literally is confessing in her personal notes. She's like, none of this is an excuse for hurting you. I can get really wicked, Johnny. I'm sorry. What?
Nothing is. There's never a reason good enough to hurt you. You are the last thing in the whole world who deserves it. Last person I ever meant to hurt. I love you, Steve. I am forever yours, Slim.
In this note, she confirms what we have all been thinking from the moment the case started.
Bro, no, that's a strike and a half. That's over right there. It's over. How much more evidence do you need, Jesus
hurting
Christ?
him. She apologizes for hurting Johnny because he apparently missed being with her on their last night of their trip. She was angry about the Lily Rose incident, which if you ask me should not bother her at all because Lily Rose is Depp's daughter and obviously Johnny would be more concerned for his daughter than his wife. If Johnny had missed an appointment with her because of his daughter, she is supposed to understand. She found Johnny and Lily already close and she should not try to break the father-daughter relationship they have. It's okay if she was jealous of the love they shared, but it wasn't right for her to hurt Johnny because of it. She finishes her apology by claiming she never meant to hurt him and that he didn't deserve to be hurt. If she hurt Depp because he chose his daughter over her, what else has she done when he did something wrong? Cut his finger, threw glass bottles at him. If she apologized for hurting him, it seems like it's not the first time she's done it because it's also not the first time.
I mean,
she's
you
told
have.
him that sometimes
I mean, it doesn't get any more comical than this. We have a written admission by her, a written admission at the time of the incident. Absolutely ridiculous. Let me know what you guys thought about this. It's insane, man. Okay, Amber Heard is getting picked apart so bad. We are examining photos that are already there and finding more evidence in between them, right? This video basically shows, so you guys know that whole makeup palette drama, right? Where basically Amber Heard was like, oh, I carry around this makeup palette that I used to cover up my bruises. Then the makeup company came out and said, hey, that was released in 2017, which is 2 years after you claim to have used it. It makes no sense. And then they had a rebuttal to that. They said, we were using like a different brand or something. I don't know. They said something to cover their asses, like a newer model or something like that. But yeah, pretty much now you can see that the kit that she was using is actually called a bruise kit. All right, the makeup kit is something you use to create bruises. All right, that's the one she was using, and it's used by actors all the time to like simulate bruises in like a movie setting. So basically, she dug her own grave over there. It wasn't to cover them up. It was to create the bruises in the first place. Take a look.
This is a normal photo, right? No, it's not. It's Johnny passed out with ice cream on his lap. And over here in the corner, there seems to be something. Can't see it? I'll show you. See that?
Oh.
That's
the makeup
right
palette.
there.
This might seem like a pretty weird picture when first looked at, which to be honest is truly weird and gross. But looking closer, that is the famous bruise kit. And to clear you up, I'm not talking about the color correcting palette, but an actual theater bruise kit. From the beginning of the court case, there has been mention of the bruise kit several times, all those times significantly building to this moment. During the opening statements of Amber's judges, attorney Elaine gave a statement on how Amber had become so used to using the Milani correction kit on her face due to all the injuries she had sustained from Johnny. Milani Cosmetics then came out and clarified that their correcting products were launched in 2017. To salvage the situation, Amber and her team retracted their words and claimed to have used a color correcting wheel similar to Milani, but not really
similar.
Milani.
That's
She
what
then
they
launched
said.
into a color correcting expert situation of her explaining to the court how she would use the color wheel. She kept saying that the colors would basically be used opposite of each other. If the bruising was red, the color used should be blue.
All right,
And when the
Amber,
bruising
she's
was
obviously
bluish, then
adding
the oranges
details
and reds were used
for
to
no
cover
reason,
that.
you know.
Thread. After a day or two, you get more purple in a bruise. So you'd obviously have to go with more of the red.
It's the
tones,
fakest
the warm
sigh
tones.
I've ever seen, dude.
Day 2 for me was always the trickiest because
This is so rehearsed,
do
man.
just-
Anyone can
I feel
tell.
day
Like,
1 and day
it's so
2 are hardest
ridiculous.
for me because that's when you get the most blues and purples.
Stop
and
looking at the jury. You're
have
creeping
to-
them out, honestly.
deal with the sensitivity. Bruises don't like to be touched. That's the
Oh
whole
yeah.
point.
Oh yeah. Bruises don't like to be
So
touched.
that's the
Sure.
trickiest part. But
Her explanation had seemed rehearsed at first until eagle-eyed Johnny
Exactly.
Depp's fans saw this picture of Johnny asleep that Amber had illegally taken to be used in court. In the picture, an actual bruise kit is seen, a bruise kit used by
Bruise
actors to
kit.
pretend to be bruised for acting. Now, the fan fact is that her own makeup artist had claimed that she had done fake bruises before, which is why she was able to easily cover Amber's bruises for the late James Corden show. She claimed that she had actually done a pretty flawless job of covering her bruises. Which gets us to the next point. What if all those bruises from pics from Amber's Heard team were all created and fabricated on her face? At this point, it's safe
Pretty
to assume
possible.
that Amber and her team
seems
are
like the
capable
type
of
of
anything.
person
Even
who would definitely do that, to be honest. I mean, she's gone this far, lying about all these accusations. So adding the bruises in there really wouldn't change much.
fabricating for
That'd
the
be
media.
like a small
Being
part
actors,
in her
she
ploy.
must have been around Bruce kits and learned how to use them to fake her appearance. The picture is real evidence of Amber having access to the actual bruise kit and not the makeup. The bruise kit has all the colors exhibited in a color-correcting kit plus a yellow. If these kit went everywhere Amber went, so did her bruises. It seriously doesn't surprise me anymore if what I'm saying. The fact that Amber
it's
forged
pretty.
her bruise
Honestly, that kind of makes sense. I wouldn't doubt that she had a bruise kit. To be honest, it's like it feel like it adds up. Like Amber Heard would be the type of person to kind of do that. And it's like, okay, she basically just twisted the story into something in her favor, and now people are realizing, oh wait, oh that's what she did. She kind of exposed herself, but then behind a veil of lies, you know.